So what do you fill cracks with? We fill cracks in the garage floor with polyester resin. That's generally what we use. There are some exceptions where other things would be better, but that's generally what we use. The reason is because polyester pushes outward, and you want something in the crack pushing outward, holding its spot with outward force. That way, when the concrete moves, shrinks, goes back, it doesn't get stuck to one side and then break away from the other and then move with the other one. So essentially, if you put epoxy in a crack, it gets stuck to both sides. It has no outward force. So whichever one pulls harder when it shrinks, like all cracks move when they experience temperature changes. It's called thermal expansion. So if it pushes in, pushes out, and breaks it from one side, the epoxy, you're going to have another crack in the crack right next to the crack filler. And this will be ugly. And it's like, what? Like, you need to make sure you know what you're putting in cracks before you just go to Home Depot or hire some random guy to fill something. So polyester is great because it's got outward force. You want 3 points of adhesion only when you're using something non-binding. So if I fill the crack all the way to the bottom, it's going to be stuck to the sides and it's going to be stuck to the bottom, which is a problem, because what happens is when it pushes and pulls, if it's also getting tugged downward, then it's gonna, let's see, here's a wall, here's this my thumbs represent what's attached, and if it stretches, that's fine, but if it's pulled downward too, because it's getting pulled down when it stretches, it's gonna sag. So you only want 2 points of adhesion. Whenever possible, polyester resin is ideal, but sometimes concrete's better. For example, if you got major work that needs to be done, major spalling, major chunks of concrete, then you need to use concrete. Concrete's got a great compression strength, so if you're using a large amount of area, if a large amount of area needs to be replaced, then you need to use a concrete repair patch that's got high tensile strength. They've actually got concrete repair material that's pretty strong. So sometimes you'll use that. For example, if you got a crack, most cracks are clean. So here's the top of the concrete, here's the bottom, the break between the two slabs. Now sometimes it's not clean, and it's like that, opened up, and it's all breaking apart on the edges. Well, the polyester resin can't push outward on nothing. So in that area, in that situation, you want polyester, concrete repair material. There are exceptions to the rules, but generally speaking, polyester is what you want. Same with your garage floor. Like, I prefer polyaspartic because, you know, of the nature of the product. But there are situations where you need to use a different tool. For example, if you got moisture or vapor problems, you need to mitigate against that with a vapor barrier, which is going to be epoxy first, and then you can proceed with your system. But a good rule of thumb is hiring someone that can explain what they're doing. That way, you know, based on their answers, they've got the experience that they claim. A lot of people show you pictures of work they've done, and they just getting pictures off the internet. Like, I've had people show me their work, you know, for a job, and it turns out they were my pictures they got off the internet. So just because someone's confident, like, anyone can get pictures off the internet, you know, like don't fall for that. Confidence is not necessarily, like, confidence can be deceiving. Just because someone's confident in something doesn't mean they're not lying or they know what they're doing. So make sure they can explain it. Make sure the explanations make sense before you hire them. Because if you cannot explain something, then you don't understand it. And that's why we're making these videos, because we want you to be prepared to ask questions to contractors. Even if you don't hire us, we want to make sure you don't get ripped off. Check out ripoffreport.com. Make sure the competition's not on there. Don't hire a franchise. Franchises are burner companies that are designed to go out of business for a larger brand. So when you see a large brand doing business in smaller areas, like big brand doing business as big brand in Northeast Houston or big brand of South Houston, well, that description of a company is actually the legal name. So when you're doing business with big brand garage floors of Central Houston, that's actually the company that holds your warranty, not the big brand. And they're allowed to close that small business, and your warranty is completely void because you did not do business directly with the big brand. So if you can't do business directly with the company, then that's a big warning sign that they don't want responsibility for their work. That's actually why the smaller companies exist. They're burner companies. Make sure you don't hire someone with a lie of a warranty, like a lifetime warranty. If anyone offers a lifetime warranty, like in reality, like you know better than that. You know, we all do. So look at the fine print and ask, what is your definition of a lifetime? Because they are legally allowed to take a 1-year warranty and call it a lifetime if they are defining the lifetime as the lifetime of the floor, and their definition of a floor's lifetime is 1 year. Like Chrysler did that like 10 years ago. Remember the lifetime warranty, powertrain warranties with Chrysler? My brother and sister got my sister and my brother-in-law got a Chrysler vehicle, and the transmission went out like 8 times, and eventually they stopped repairing it because like the lifetime of the vehicle was only so many years. It's like, wow, like if they're doing that, like if they're starting off by lying to you and they're hoping that you just take their word for it when they say lifetime, like what else are they gonna do? Like oh, it's so unethical. Like I can't stand when companies do that. Like it's wrong. I mean, it's wrong. It's a lie. So read the fine print and then ask yourself, you know, was this company like honest with me? Like, you know, I know, okay, now that I read the fine print, I realize that their lifetime warranty is really only good for 1 year. Like don't use them, you know, like hire someone that's honest about it. We offer a 1-year limited warranty. It's limited to peeling, and we're upfront and honest about that. I just don't understand why other companies can't sell you 1 year like we do. I'm trying to look out for you, even if you don't hire us. Do research, make sure they can explain it, make sure they got some good reviews on Google, on Yelp. Don't hire someone that has no place to leave your bad reviews, because there's a reason they don't have a place for you to leave reviews if there isn't one. I mean, like who's to say they haven't like ripped off tons of people before you, and you know, like, so make sure you hire someone with a reputation that make sure they got skin in the game, like they've got something to lose. They've got a good reputation that took years to develop. That way there's some fear in God in them not to rip you off. You want to hire someone that has designed a business system that is there to protect you. You know, like these guys have a good reputation. I can see how they wouldn't want to rip me off. And make sure that you hire someone that does not have a negative comment disclosure clause, a non-disparagement clause. So some companies hire lawyers to put these clauses in their contracts, like a non-disparagement clause, which prevents you from your freedom of speech. It prevents you from leaving a negative comment if they do something bad. For example, if they do a bad job and don't cover the warranty, or they cuss you out, or they spill like coating all over your driveway, and you leave a negative review, which is your right, because you signed that contract, they can legally sue you and force you to take it down. And so if a company has that, then that automatically means the reviews are worthless, because like only the good ones were allowed to stick. So search the contract for that. Don't hire a franchise. watch out for these fake super long warranties, and make sure they can explain what they're doing and what they're using and why they're using it. Because like we say, if you can't explain it, you don't understand it. This is Don at HoustonGarageFloors.com. Go to our website and give us a call. If you got any questions, email us. Contact at HoustonGarageFloors.com. We want to answer your questions.